Hi, my name is Ellie, and today I'm going to be talking about giraffes or Giraffa camelopardalis. So, Giraffa camelopardalis is the species that we know it's a binomial name for giraffes, and there are 9 subspecies of giraffe that are generally recognized by taxonomists. So giraffes are the tallest land mammal with a neck as long as 6 feet. And then they're also known for their long eyelashes and legs, and they have a unique brown and white pattern on their coat. Giraffes are found in both semi-arid savanna and savanna woodland throughout sub-Sahara Africa, and currently they are found in 9 countries in Africa, including Niger, Chad, Cameroon, the Central African Republic, South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Kenya. Giraffes are known as keystone herbivores, which makes them a crucial part of their ecosystem. They feed on a variety of vegetation like leaves, shoots, and fruits, and this characterizes them as key consumers. Their long necks allow them to eat plants that are out of reach for most other herbivores and animals, and this results in a variety of effects. So, feeding on leaves from the tops of trees or other vegetation from the tops of trees allows the sun to reach lower levels of vegetation, and this leads to the growth of more widespread and diverse plant species. And then also feeding on shrubbery that other animals can't reach allows the seeds of those species to be dispersed. And this ensures that these plant species will continue to reproduce and survive. And then due to their size, giraffes generally don't have very many predators, but young giraffes serve as prey for lions, hyenas, and leopards. The giraffe's long neck is their most significant evolutionary adaptation that make them successful in their environment. This adaptation results in giraffes having increased view of the horizon, which allows them to have a better understanding of their surrounding food supply and potential predators. And then this also allows them to feed on foliage that other herbivores can't reach, as I was mentioning before. So it gives them the advantage of increased access to food tailored to their habitat. And then apart from the long neck, they also have developed other evolutionary adaptations, like saliva rich in proline, which protects them from tannins, which can make them sick or even kill them when consumed in large quantities. And then lastly, they have thick layers of keratin in the mouth and tongue, and this protects them from thorns that may be present in the vegetation that they eat. So for this project, I studied a protein called podoplanin to determine related species to the Giraffa camelopardalis. So podoplanin is a transmembrane glycoprotein that's expressed in a variety of tissues in both developing and adult animals. This protein has been found to be heavily involved in the development of organs like the heart and the lungs, and then also plays an important role in other body systems like the lymphatic and immune systems. And this protein has been well conserved across species, which could appeal to its role as a key regulator in the development of organs. And body systems, which is essential for species survival and development. And then the screenshot on the right just shows the amino acid sequence of this protein for the species Giraffa camelopardalis. So it just shows the specific molecular code, basically. So this image shows the protein alignment of podoplanin of the protein sequence in the Giraffa camelopardalis compared to the podoplanin protein sequence in 9 other species of animals. And this alignment showed that the takin and the sheep had the most closely aligned sequence to the giraffe. And then this next image shows a phylogenetic tree for the podoplanin protein in the giraffe compared to the 9 other species. And this tree shows that the species most closely related to the giraffe are the Bos indicus, Bos taurus, right here, which is a hybrid cattle. And then also the Sus scrofa right here, which is a pig. And then the tree also shows that the Cervus elephas hyphalophus right here, which is the Central European red deer, is a species most distantly related to the Giraffa camelopardalis out of all the species that I compared them to. So giraffes were once pretty abundant across the savanna of Africa, but now they're only present in 9 countries, as I was mentioning before. In the past 30 years, the species has experienced a population decline of about 40%. So in 1985, there was around 150,000 plus recorded giraffes in Africa, and now there are only roughly 97,500. And the main contributor to the decline of the giraffe population is due to the impacts of human interaction. So density independent factors are things that limit a population which don't depend on how dense the population is. Density independent factors that affect the population growth of giraffes mainly revolve around the impacts of human interaction. So human expansion into giraffe habitat, specifically the results of uncontrolled timber harvest, agricultural development, mining, and urban expansion, are all density independent factors that have led to the decline of the giraffe populations. And then poaching and illegal hunting are also density independent factors that have become major contributors to the giraffe population decline. On the other hand, density dependent factors are limiting factors of a population that are dependent on how dense the population is. So apart from density independent factors, like the impacts of human activity, density dependent factors like disease and inbreeding depression also affect the population size. Giraffes are social animals. They live in herds, which are referred to as towers. And this makes them vulnerable to the spread of diseases like giraffe skin disease. And then also in populations of giraffes that are isolated and have to resort to inbreeding depression can occur. So this just means that inbreeding leads to a loss of genetic diversity, which can result in reduced survival and fertility of offspring of related individuals. And this may contribute as well to the decline in the population growth of giraffes. A K-selective reproductive strategy describes species that are in stable and predictable environments. These species produce few offspring. They have long gestation period and often give long-term care to their offspring. They're larger in size when born, but offspring are relatively helpless and immature at birth. So they have to learn how to fend for themselves as they grow up. And then in the case of giraffes, giraffe pregnancies typically last 15 months, and they result in the birth of usually a single calf per reproductive event, sometimes twins, but it's usually just one. And then usually giraffes have 2-year intervals between births, and offspring reach maturity between the ages of 5 and 8 years old. And then both male and female giraffes exhibit a high level of parental care. Lastly, the life expectancy of giraffes is around 26 years. So considering all of these factors, the giraffe species can be considered as a K-selective species. And that is all I have. Here are my references, and thank you for watching.